you're dating and you have a checklist, right? You know what you want in a partner, and you think those are the green lights. You want someone who's going to check off all those boxes of what you want in a partner. Unfortunately, that can backfire in a big way, but there's something way more important than that checklist: how someone engages in a relationship. And that's what I'm going to walk you through today, so that you know exactly what to look for and understand how a person is relationally. You know, a woman came to see me a little while ago because she was so unhappy in her relationship, despite her partner checking all her boxes. He was nice and hardworking and funny, but he lacked the qualities that she truly desired. She wanted someone who engaged in conflict, who communicated emotions, initiated intimacy and intellectual conversations. Relationally, he wasn't what she wanted. So I'm going to share with you 7 green lights that will help you feel more confident about what to look for relationally, and then you can decide if you want to move forward. Think of this as stage 1 of dating for the first few dates. And I'm also going to show you how to recognize when something might seem like a green light, but then could slip to the other side into a red light. The first thing to look for when you're on a date is mirroring. What the heck is mirroring?
What does that mean?
It is when a person naturally mirrors another person subconsciously. They might do it intentionally, but I'm going to talk a little bit about that because that leans to the red flag. But they subconsciously imitate your gestures or your speech patterns, your tone, your body language, or even emotions. So for example, you take a sip of your drink and a few moments later, they take a sip of their drink. I mean, think of what it's like when you're with someone and you're the only one eating or drinking. We all know how awkward that feels. Mirroring is a natural state that creates a subtle sense of harmony and connection. Like if you speak in a soft and calm tone, your partner or your date, not your partner yet, may speak in a soft, calm tone. Again, mirroring you subconsciously. Body language, maybe as you lean in to talk, showing interest, they might lean in and show interest, reflecting engagement. Emotions, if you express enthusiasm about something and they respond with enthusiasm, that's mirroring. But remember, like I said, it is subconscious. They are just showing that they are attuned to you and building connection. The flip side is that while mirroring can indicate building connection, excessive or overly intentional mirroring can come across as insincere or even manipulative. It's important that mirroring feels natural rather than forced. If it is intentional, it is inauthentic.
Stop copying me!
Always be aware of authenticity and trust your gut. Okay, second, on the second date, if they get a second date, do they follow up on little details from the first date? You know, are they remembering something and bringing it up that indicates that they were truly listening and valuing what you share? But the flip side is if they remember too many specifics, it can feel intrusive or overwhelming. And it could lead you to wondering if they're overstepping their boundaries. If they want too much information, it means they're moving too fast, and that's something that you don't want. The third green light, eye contact and a sense of presence. So do they maintain good eye contact? And are they fully present without distractions, like constantly checking their phone? You know, this presence shows that they are genuinely interested in connecting with you. But the flip side of that is too much eye contact can feel intense and make you feel uncomfortable. Or being too focused and too attentive can come across as they're not giving you any breathing room. Again, be mindful if you are comfortable. Fourth green light, pacing conversations. Do they match the pace of conversation to yours? Like, are they rushing through topics or dominating the conversation? This shows that they are comfortable with the natural flow of interaction and that they are respectful of communication and engaging with you. But the flip side is that if they are not contributing naturally to the conversation or too hesitant to steer the conversation at all, it could feel like they are not being their authentic self. Notice that I said authentic again. That is so important to look for early on. So be mindful of authenticity. Fifth green light, do they show genuine curiosity about your day-to-day experiences and how you feel about them? You know, it's easy to focus on big events or milestones, but showing an interest in your mundane day-to-day events in your life is key relational thinking. Because think about it, at some point down the road, you will mostly be sharing mundane things about your day with your partner. But the flip side is that it can border on an interrogation. If they seem overly interested in mundane details right away, it can feel intrusive, like they are trying to control the conversation. Okay, sixth green light. Do they respond to your emotions with empathy, even in small ways? So for example, let's just say that you acknowledge an annoyance in your day. So rather than dismissing it or disregarding it or changing the subject, are they reacting with empathy? Super important relational skill. The flip side is if they are overly empathetic, you know, exaggerating it, it can come across as insincere. Again, disingenuous, inauthentic. So just be mindful of your feelings. Do you feel like they are blowing you off when you're sharing, or are they responding with empathy and understanding? And again, remember, it can just be with very small things like having had a long day at work. Okay, the seventh green light, and this one is so important. I tell people this one all the time. Balanced sharing. You know, the thing is, if someone is asking you a lot of questions, you might think, wow, they're really interested in me. But are they sharing with you as well? You want someone who is open to wanting to know more about you, but also open in sharing things about themselves. It's important to find the right balance. And the flip side of that is you don't want someone who is sharing too much or too little, like if they seem super guarded. You want them to be balanced in their sharing and their listening. Another really important thing to keep in mind when you're dating is that there's nothing more important than self-awareness. And here's something to think about that many don't consider. The impact of your upbringing has such a huge impact on a person who you choose as a partner, because sometimes we choose what feels normal based on our experiences, even if our experiences were not good ones growing up. Check out this video to guide you on that topic. So all of this is a good place to start. If I could ask you to be mindful of one big important thing, it would be question how a person behaves relationally. So good luck to you on your dating journey. I hope that you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. And if you subscribe, I really do appreciate your support. And I hope that my content supports you in return. See you in the next video.